Sadruddin Bhai and Lisa were talking about
what we can do to explore and help others and add more people, so we have more people, those who are looking for a job and work from home, and or for whatever reason they don't have work but they are looking for some opportunity, so that's where we are.
What's cool about it is that this job that I was telling you about for ladies is really interruption driven, so it works really well with moms. It really works well with kids. What it requires is a woman who is, fierce. She's like determined to do something good for her family, right? And who also wants to make a few bucks doing it, and who can be in front of, have good, strong technology, and has some social media skills. And so it's a really perfect work from home job.
That's wonderful. That's what we are looking to uplift the life of our women of South Asia, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, and all those people. I'm always talking about South Asia. I'm not talking about one country, because I'm with the Asian American Coalition, so I'm always more inclusive and inviting all the people. Market is huge. It's like about close to 2 billion people in South Asia, which is a huge market. So out of 2 billion, we may have at least 1 billion women out of 2 billion. So it's a big market, and it's opportunity for everybody to do something.
How many of them do you think need work?
How can I say? It's hard to say. Let them reach out to us and see what they have to offer and what we have to offer to them.
Lisa, you have been working with Pakistanis for almost 2-3 years now.
Yeah.
What are the obstacles you get with them?
Education is lacking tremendously in Pakistan. People are graduating with degrees that in the US are not of the same standard, and so the expectation of what someone can do when they say they have certain skills is not uniform with what actually is expected of them in a more, more entrepreneurial society, I guess. And so that really is an issue, because committing to things doesn't have the same meaning as it does here. I mean, people could be flaky in the US too and not commit to things and say they will and then back out. It's not that it's just a Pakistani or other country issue, but it's more prevalent there. It's people say they'll do something and they don't show up, or they barely show up, or they don't know what on time means. So there's a lot of challenges. It's not to say that all Western things are better. It's that if you want to build relationships with people, you have to do what you say. And so if you say you'll do something, you have to do it, right? And so it has less to do with that fierce having to...
Do we spoon anyone here?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, we're okay.
You fine?
Yeah.
Spoon?
Sure.
Yeah.
It has less to do, I think, with, trying to control, and more to do with just honoring your word. And so that, I think, is a universal language. If we all could honor our word, even if the words were not what someone else wanted to hear, that would be awesome, because it would be we'd be very easily able to move forward, right? And I think that's the challenge, really, is trying to help more ladies do that in a way that is respectful of what they want to accomplish with their families, but also still really engaged in doing something positive for themselves to make a few dollars.
But that sounds more like an ethical education rather than like curriculum education. Showing up on time seems to be, or committing to something seems to be the problem, rather than finding somebody who speaks English.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's definitely the biggest challenge. English, the honesty about skills is also lacking. Like, I think sometimes people are afraid to say, I really don't know what I'm doing. And I think we're afraid here often to also say, I don't know what I'm doing, right? But how do you learn? And so hopefully examples that you see out there, like myself and Rehan and other people that you see struggling to try to do things, will help you realize that it's a lifelong process of learning, and you have to be willing to say, help me learn. I'm willing to learn. I will be a receptacle, but teach it to me, right?
I would also add a discipline. What she added and what she said besides that, also discipline and honesty, of course, yes, but discipline and commitment. When you have committed something, you stand by it. Then you don't move and you don't walk out of it, and then you will be successful. It takes some determination and some discipline in order to move forward and learn. Sometimes you don't initially make money and you don't start building yourself, and when other people see you, your discipline, your commitment, how prompt you are, how follow-up you have, and all those things, then you will get more work, and you will be successful. You will be running your own show.
Yeah, but I see that in America too. I mean, 20 and 30-year-olds unfortunately had parents who competed to try to see how much they could give them, right? And so you see the younger generation being unwilling to invest in something that really could be a huge future for them, and being like wanting everything to be equal and them to get ahead right away. And you're like, wait a minute, you have to prove to me you can do the job and that you're committed to the job. And you know, it's I think a struggle around the world, but at least from the place I come from with music is a very disciplined activity. You can't learn to play the clarinet overnight. You can't do it in a year. You probably can't do it very well in 5. Maybe you can do it better in 10. Right? And some of us are 50 and 60 years into it going, oh my God, I'm still trying to learn how to do this thing, right? So, you know, music's a wonderful thing. I would love to see music, just the discipline of classical music and things like that. But that's a whole nother topic, you know, but somewhere that discipline has to come from. You're right.
Well, I play bagpipe, and I've been playing bagpipe since I was like about 18 years old.
Wow.
And I'm
That's
still
cool. I'd like
playing
to hear you
bagpipe.
play that.
I'm still playing bagpipe
Never
in
heard
Chicago.
you play it, dude.
Well, I do. The 4th of July, you know, different parades, you know,
That's
processions.
cool.
I
Do you wear a
play.
kilt for that?
Not kilt. I wear my own uniform that we have been, you know, prescribed. Yes.
One of my friends makes most kilts from Pakistan. He sells it in all over the U.S.
Okay.
to all the Scottish public.
Wow, that's neat.
So now, when you say discipline, what does it? Can you break it down? What does discipline mean to you?
You know, discipline. It's a one word, but it has a different factors. Like what you say, you do it.
Commitment.
You know, is one factor, but other thing is also not only stopping where you are, but also keep on learning more about the product or the service that you are getting into it, the business that you are getting into it. You have to learn on that specific product or trade of or the trade that you are getting into it, and follow up everything that you do. You have said that you took somebody's business card. That's taking the business card and putting in your pocket doesn't mean anything. Next day or within a few hours, when you go home, you say that it was nice meeting you, and you know, and create a connection. Start the connection and communication. Just don't let it die. You know.
But I would argue with you a little bit about that. It so rarely works. It so rarely works. I mean, you know, you have great connections with people, and I mean, really good connections where people are really excited to talk to you again, and then everybody's lives gets in the way, and people don't follow up, and you really have to stay at things, which means that you have to know who you want to talk to, and you have to kind of keep going back, and you have to decide you're going to make an investment in someone, right? So
Right.
There's also a consciousness to it, not just simply the act of following up, because people are kind of sloppy, I find, these days about the level at which they're willing to commit their time, even to say, hey, that was a nice time we had, you know, keep in touch, you know?
Yes, it's a good point, but I'll also argue back to you that yes, it is true that you are collecting 10 cards and maybe 100 people are giving you cards. So it's a difference between whose card that you have asked and collected, and then also people those who are giving you. But then you go home and you realize that who you want to really talk to out of those 100 people that you have met. I always make notes with my pen in the front of the card who I met, when I met, and the circumstances in which I have met this person. Then I follow up and I create my relationship based on who I want actually. Then if they respond, fine. If they don't, you know, it dies, and you keep on doing, and you know, that's how we have hundreds and hundreds of friends in our circle and a lot of followers, because you know, you maintain. And also it's not only making relationship, but then also get to know them well, and then you see what kind of trade they are in, business they are in, and if there's something that you can help them, and it helps you in return.
I also find you usually need 1 or 2 people in between you that you know, because it's sometimes hard to reconnect and find a meaningful start. You know, so like when you have a reason, like Rehan's in town all of a sudden, he asked you to come by, we've met before, right?
Yes.
That helps, because now the chances are greater that we will start more of a conversation, right? Than it is when it's totally cold. So it's I think you have to also think about who that person knows and who might be of value to relationship building as a team group, right?
Right.
I think the other thing, though, to answer your question, Rehan, about discipline is honesty. I think that sometimes we overlook the value of somebody saying, you know, I'm going to commit to this for a year. I don't know if I'm going to commit my life to it, but I'm willing to do this for a year, and I'm going to give it all, and saying it to people who can hold you accountable to that. Because then you're sort of making a public declaration about the value you place on something and how much you're willing to invest in it. Which means that you're opening yourself up to criticism, to support, to, conversation about that, right? And I think that's a really important step because we don't make commitments easily, and no one should be expected to do anything forever if that's not what they want to do, right? And same if somebody says, I want to do this forever, that's also a public declaration of commitment.
That is one of the most important component of this trade, that honesty. If you lose that honesty, if you come short somewhere without you apologizing or accepting your shortcoming, then there is no honesty, and you lose your context. You start losing the faith on other people, and other people loses faith on you, and then it doesn't work. You are never successful, not only in one trade but nowhere in your life. You're with your own family, with your friends, the community that you live in. Mm-hmm. If there is no honesty, you're not successful.
But it begins with yourself, right?
Of course. You have to be very honest and truthful and do more. If you are given a task, if you can provide more, that's even better, not short.
Right.
Short is not acceptable, but you do more. You do at least what you have committed, that's fine. But if you can do more, that brings more value.
Under promise and over deliver.
That's true. That's why there are people who are doing things, they're loved, they're highly respected, and you see those things. You don't have to tell what's my position and what I am.
That takes real commitment.
It tells itself rather than you are promoting yourself. You are known by others.
But to me, that is the reflection of commitment. It's not the substance. It's what happens when you commit, right? And so it comes from commitment.
That's true.
Alrighty then.
So now you tell more in detail what people should expect from you when they are reaching out to you, and when you will be reaching out to them.
You mean for Sana's Kitchen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the ladies that we're looking for, we have an application process, and depending on your skill level, you can either go through, if you already have skills that we deem are far enough along because you have some work history in social media, you can do our FAST course, like our accelerated courses, which are all self-paced. If you know nothing, but you're like, I would love to explore this, helping business owners to find leads and to find investors for their business, very exciting path, trying to help people crowdfund and do really cool things because money is so sparse, right? Really cool what we're doing. We have a full training program that you can also go through. So it kind of depends on which camp you fall in. You fill out our little application, and then we'll tell you what the next steps are.
Do you charge for the training?
No, the training is free. So, but however, the training is free, but a client is paying for it. So basically, you're on the hook. Our client is expecting results, and so the pressure cooker is there. It's not just a fluffy training program. So
you said last time that people don't show up even for training.
They make excuses and they come up with reasons why they can't appear and this and that. And
do you think you should charge for the training then?
I don't know yet. We haven't decided yet.
Well, that's good part. At this time, it's free, as long as she has not decided that someday she will be charging. But at this time, it's free. Take the advantage and take the benefit of it.
We are charging. It's just that we have our clients paying for it. And our clients are coming in trusting us that we have a recipe that will support their learning. And so it's really hard on us because we have to actively police to figure out who we think can stay, because we're committed. We're fully committed to our client. We have to make sure our client gets what we said they were going to get. And if these ladies let us down or blow us off or don't give us their best, then it sets us up for failure, and then we have to scramble. So, I don't know if charging them would change their behavior. I mean, how many times, maybe it would completely change their behavior. That may be.
Maybe you can charge them refundable. So for example, if somebody joins in, you charge them $200 for the course. And then if they complete it, with their first check, you can refund the $200 back to them. That way, there's.
I guess what I didn't understand about this, and I still struggle to understand this, is that we're putting a client in front of them. But hang on a second, just let me say this out. A client in front of them who has said they want to hire one of the ladies that we work with, and who basically we're guaranteeing them a job for having gone through this training program, and their reputation and trustworthiness to this client who could employ them for a long, long time. How that doesn't mean something to them is very strange to me. But, you know, if the answer is to charge them $200 and then give it back to them, we can do that. But it's a competitive process, because we're going to put a number of ladies onto one account and see who does the best job, and that person is going to actually get the work. So,
in my experience, most people are not looking for the job; they're just whining about the job.
I think you're right. We sort of think that too.
Right. They're just saying we can't find job. They can't find job, and the people who really can't find the job are the people who don't want to learn anything new.
That's right.
That's why they can't really find the job. And it looks like Ramzan Bhai disagrees with me, and I want to ask him why. But the thing is that that's what my experience is. So when you put up a charge for training, and so somebody else pays them. So for example, they will go out and start saying, can you please give me $200 so I can get training from Sana's Kitchen? And then they're showing more commitment, so that money can come from their husband or their father or their brother.
Yeah.
Now those fathers, brothers, or uncle or whoever is going to make them accountable that I paid you $200.
Okay. All right.
So they're like kicking the butt.
I mean, but you also realize that when we take them in, we are actually talking to husbands and brothers and fathers. We're dragging the whole family into the process.
I agree, but I'm just saying my experience has been that most people just like, I feel that they don't really want to do the job. They're just looking for options.
Right.
So it's another way. And I suggested last time that you might want to put your course on Udemy so that more people can actually filter themselves.
Yeah.
It's a filter process. You have to make a funnel where you can find the right people.
Yeah.
Do you think people can easily find job, or they're not looking for jobs?
I don't know.
You don't know? I think you were like, no? Tell us.
I don't know, really.
No? Okay. You think most people are looking for jobs?
Maybe.
But they want to do the job, but they're just looking for jobs?
Yeah, looking for a job. What kind of the job, you know?
Any kind of job. They're just always looking. Like window shopping. Yeah, but they don't want to buy anything.
Live.
Okay, that is what happening. So I don't have to say it, it's just written there, so follow this.
What is that live?
Sana's Kitchen.me has been running for over a year with clients, doing beta testing and sorting out our process for training a lot more ladies. And now we're ready to grow it. So the full website is rolling out the end of September, the 1st of October, and all of our applications and process will be online. And who knows, now maybe training is going to cost $200 after this conversation.
It'll help the filter process, I think. And if you partner with SMETA, which is small, like SBA here, so SMETA, TDAP, Hunar Foundation, if you partner with these organizations, and I'll hook you up with more organizations, women organization. There is a women organization called V in Islamabad, which is only for women entrepreneurship. V stands for women entrepreneurship. There's another very, very nice woman called Sadaf. She has just started recently another program. She used to run a microfinance bank.
Yeah.
So Sadaf is great.
Scott Gillespie's introduced me to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. So yeah, those are
I
some
haven't
committed
actually chatted
people.
with her,
Very few very committed people are there. Rest of them are like window shopping most of the time.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
Yeah, and whining, like you just said.
Yeah.
You know, they just complain. They talk about, oh, we are not getting job, or nobody is giving us the opportunity. But there are an opportunity knocking on your door, and if you don't want to take it, and just whining around and talking about and complaining, it's not going to take you to the next level of your life. So take any opportunity. I'm not saying only this Sana's Kitchen, but there are many other opportunities. Just be committed, have a discipline, be honest, and move forward. Do things and it will happen. Doors will open up for you. It's not that, just stay home and do nothing and keep on begging or asking and
Yeah, and
seeking help. It
and
doesn't work like that.
And if you don't know what to do, try something out and commit to it. Whatever the minimum commitment you have to make to it, do that and fulfill it all the way. And if it isn't for you, then you'll know what to do next. But don't do stuff halfway. It just makes you look bad in the end. And it's all about protecting your reputation and showing people what you can do. And if you don't build on that every single day, even if it's slowly, you don't have to do it really fast. But if you don't keep building on that every day, people will never see you in the light you want to be seen in.
What kind of partnerships, opportunities have come and have you taken in Pakistan for women entrepreneurship? Have there any been?
No, we've just been running in beta. You know, our main concern has been process, systems, trying to get things in place so we understand how to build the structure and to make clients happy and what the tools are we need to use. It hasn't been to try to expand. We're just now at that point where we're ready to start to work on that.
What time is it?
So,
It is 1:15.
1:15. Oh my God. Okay. I lost the flight, so I don't want to lose the next one. Anything else you want to add?
Well, God bless all of you. That's all. Stay blessed. Keep on doing something good for someone every day if you can. Help somebody and do good something every day. That's all I would say.
but you have to take care of yourself first. If you don't take care of you, you can't take care of anyone else. Even when they get on the plane, they tell you to put your oxygen mask on first before you put it on your child's, right? So you have to find a way to be self-sustainable so that you can give more to other people. You can't be the other way around. It doesn't work.
So my friend E.L. Tamar from Tel Aviv is asking, who works with women entrepreneurs. She's asking, can you tell me exactly what Sana's Kitchen is?
Yeah, Sada's Kitchen is a socially conscious digital media lead generation tool. So we help small business owners in a very simple way find new channels to market, find customers, and as they build up their need, find investors so that people will give them money to help them grow their businesses.
Brilliant. Mr. Masroor Ahmed Sheikh, who is the head of Singh Board of Technical Education, just joined us, and I would introduce you to him if you want, and I hope he will watch the rerun of the video and maybe again offer your trainings in the SBTE, which allows it to become certified by the government.
Awesome.
So
I
what
would
it
love
means
that.
is that if somebody can actually study it on their own and then go to a testing center and give exam and then get the certificate from the government of Sindh
Oh my gosh.
saying that you're now certified for doing this. Like it could be whatever
That
job.
would be fantastic.
Yeah.
So one of the things that's interesting about that approach is that I won some recognition for my innovation to education, primarily around using experiential learning as part of the process.
Right.
So our education isn't just a set of things to read and review and talk about. It's actually utilizing those things so you become more proficient at them immediately.
Right. Yeah, the website is up and running in beta. It's not microfinancing. What she's doing is she's giving home-based jobs for a hiring woman who can then work as a social media
Specialist.
person, as an assistant, as whatever the work needs to be done. She trains them, and then those people they get jobs with people like EL yourself. And so you should definitely get in touch with Lisa, have a video call or something, and then see what opportunities come up with that. Because EL has been asking me, I want to work with Pakistani entrepreneurs,
Oh, great.
women again.
Great.
So she will be a great connection for you.
In those who are listening and they are in other part of the world such as like Nepal, Bhutan, Sri Lanka,
Anywhere.
India, Bangladesh or
Pagoda.
anywhere else, and if you want to be a team lead of your own country and work with Lisa directly, not me, this is not my program, this is not my business, I'm just trying to help women get uplifted, and that's all.
And
So hope
the
for
most
the best.
important part of my equation isn't here, and with Sarah Tariq Khan, who is my co-founder in Pakistan. This isn't a Western initiative. This is an East meets West initiative. This is about bringing people together across the country. And Sana is an incredibly impressive 27-year-old who has broken all the cultural norms about helping, committed to her family and working as a woman in Pakistan. And so with her,
Congratulations.
Family said that when she was gone working from morning to night.
Saying because you